Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Psycho Builds and this is the first video I'll be posting on this channel. My main goal for this channel is to be able to showcase some of the stuff that I build in creative and give you guys some inspiration to be able to build stuff of your own using some of the building techniques that I've learned throughout the years. I mostly build in UEFN, so Unreal Engine Fortnite. However, most of the building techniques that I use can be applied to Fortnite Creative 1.0 or even 2.0 if you're actually launching a session and playing in Fortnite. Either way, within this video I'm going to be recreating a historic photo from World War II with as much accuracy as possible. Most of the stuff I'm going to build on this channel is going to be a historic theme. However, I might branch off into other ventures such as building a city or showing you guys tutorials of how to do terrain landscaping, etc. Anything that you guys really want to see. I'm going to be very active within the community and try to listen to y'all's thoughts and feedback and what y'all want to see from me as a creator. So don't be afraid to comment some suggestions on video ideas or tutorials or whatever you guys might want to see from me. Okay, so here's the photo I'm going to be trying to recreate within this video today. This is a historic photo taken in September of 1943 after an Allied invasion of a crashed Japanese Mitsubishi Zero, which was abandoned in the Solomon Islands. From this point on in the video, I'm going to let the time-lapse play out, and I'm going to come back here and there to show you guys some tips and tricks on how to build terrain and how to design maps a little bit better and kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm trying to do with the map in general. And then at the very end, I'm going to come back and show you guys a cool photo video montage of the whole map itself and showcase the mock. So to start things off, I just took a rock and then retextured it with some Fortnite desert landscape, and then I just resized the rock to just be a little bit larger, and then I used this trick that I learned to kind of use a circle trick and to make curves in and out by rotating the rocks that are all grouped together, and just to give it this kind of beach feel to make the beach line, and then eventually later on in the video you'll see me add in some water. So what you see me doing right here is I took a cube from the primitive shapes gallery and then I textured it black, and then I'm using the textured the sand textured rocks to fill out the whole outline of the mock around the black edges so that it looks like it's just one thing, like it's supposed to be a scene in a museum or something like that, to give it that kind of a feeling. And then right here you can see that I added in the water. All I did was just take the swimming pool water from Fortnite instead of using the ocean, and the only reason I used the swimming pool instead of the ocean is because I feel like the waves from the ocean water gets a little bit too big, and then you'd see the waves and the water start popping out over certain areas of the mock, and whereas the swimming pool is all just one size, so I feel like it's a little better. So whenever I first started working on this build, I wasn't really too sure what I was going to do for the trees in the background of the photo, but I ended up deciding to use the new FNEC tree that was in the new gallery. I thought that palm tree looked really good and kind of fit the vibe of what the photo was the best. As well as for the Japanese Zero, I already pre-made that one, so I just copied this map that I was using as a kind of test so that I can import some of the stuff I build into other maps, and I just copied this map and then I could recreate the Japanese Zero from there instead of having to build it from scratch. But if you guys wanted to see me make a complete tutorial of how I built this plane or how to build planes in Fortnite Creative in general, just comment your suggestions down below and I can try to make a tutorial on that next. So at this point in the video, all I'm doing is just copying and pasting the trees. And if you look at the picture that I showed you at the beginning for a reference, you can see that the trees are slightly angled. So what I did was I turned on the rotation snap, not the grid snap, but the rotation snap to 5 degrees. And then I angled all the trees to 5 degrees leaning towards the ocean so that the trees look like they're angled pointing towards the ocean, just like how the picture is shown. And like I said, I'm really glad I made the executive decision to use the new palm tree because I feel like it fits the vibe the best for the picture. And another tip whenever you're working with placing trees in Fortnite, the best practice is always to rotate it every time you place it. However, for this picture, the trees look like they were all kind of pointed in the same direction, so I tried not to rotate too many, But whenever you're working with trees, it's always best to either like scale them a little bit bigger, like resize them, or rotate them in different directions, place them higher and lower, just to give the trees more variation rather than making it all look like it's just one tree the whole time, copy and paste it over and over. So if you like rotate it just a little bit each time you place it, it'll give it more of a realistic look, like it was actually like nature growing the tree. And that's just one little helpful tip and trick that I can give you at the moment. So what I did for the foliage part of the terrain was I just took some grass, scaled it down a little bit in size, like in width, and then I increased the height of the grass piece. And then from there I just copy and pasted the grass pieces over and over again, kind of tried to pile them up a little bit so that I can make more areas of the mock, like with grass, look a little thicker, whereas some areas a little bit lighter grass, as well as every time I placed the grass I followed the same principle as the trees and just rotated it every time, moved it up, moved it down, just to give the grass a little bit of variation as well. And at this point in the building process, you can see that the mock is starting to come to life a little bit more. It's crazy what just a few trees and a little bit of grass pieces with the centerpiece of the mock can really do just to make it look complete. And so from this part out in the video, all I'm really doing is just adding a couple of minor details here and there, such as some dead tree branches. I added in a tumbleweed from the desert gallery and just scaled it up and then placed it really low to the ground to make it look like some dead grass or a dead bush or something. And you'll see me just kind of terrain a little bit more, and I added a little bit of like foliage plants from the jungle gallery in certain areas. And at this point in the video, I'm just working on adding in some small minor details just to give it that 1% more to make it feel like the mock is actually coming to life. Anyways guys, at this point in the video, the mock is pretty much done, and I really appreciate y'all for watching all the way through, and I hope you guys enjoyed and have been able to learn a couple of new building techniques to try out on your own maps. From here at the end of the video, I'm just going to play out a cool video montage of the mock, show you guys some of the final results. So again guys, thank you for watching. Please be sure to share, like, subscribe, share this video with a friend who also enjoys history and enjoys Fortnite. And even if history is not your thing, please do subscribe to the channel, because in the future I'm going to be working on other things. If you enjoy Fortnite creative building, I'm going to be building other things in Fortnite creative too. I'm open to anything, so just leave your suggestions in the comment section of what I should build next, or if you guys want to see a tutorial on a certain specific like aspect of creative or UEFN or anything, just let me know and I'll try to get to it. Thank you guys again. See you later.